to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be sharing my top 10 favorite TV shows, why I like them, and also things that I don't really like about them. So kind of an honest review of my 10 favorite TV shows. This video is actually going to be a week late because I was supposed to record last week, but I just really didn't feel like it. I was really tired and worn out from the week before that. But I hopefully will be getting more consistent from now on. So, if you haven't, subscribe to the channel to know when I do finally start posting. I'm trying not to go on any more really long hiatuses so that I can build my platform. If you haven't, go follow me on Twitter, go follow me on TikTok. I'm starting to do things on TikTok now. I actually made a video on TikTok promoting my last video, and it went very well, honestly. I'm doing kind of good now. So, yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and get right into the video. Okay, so backstory, I don't really watch TV that much. It's more of I watch TV, but I don't. I typically watch YouTube videos now, and I'm on TikTok now, and just I don't really watch TV the way that I used to, but I do still watch some shows. It was a little bit difficult coming up with 10 that I like, but it's okay. I still managed to get them. So, number 1, WandaVision. WandaVision was a beautiful show. Like, I loved everything about it. I love the entire story and the plot twists. Like, okay, side note, spoiler warnings for these shows if you haven't watched them, because I will kind of be telling some stuff. But like, I loved how they made it seem like Wanda broke Vision out of the thing after he was killed, when in reality it was that other dude and she was just heartbroken. I loved that whole aspect. I loved the characters. Like, I obviously already liked Wanda and Vision because, we've already met them. I love Monica. I loved seeing... I loved knowing that, Maria from Captain Marvel, actually, her daughter went and grew up and, went on to do what her mother did. I loved that aspect. I loved Agatha. Agatha was my favorite character out of the entire show. I loved her song from which episode? I think it was like episode 4 or 5. I loved it. I think it was the second or third WandaVision song. That's like, one division, That was my favorite intro. Of all of the different intros that they had, that one was my favorite. I loved Agatha's song. It's been Agatha all along. I'm not gonna lie. It was a little bit funny when she's just at the end. And I killed Sparky too. Yeah, that was a really, really good. Those were really good songs. I liked how they went and told Wanda's backstory, like, in depth, because up until then, we knew her parents got killed and we know her brother got killed and everything, but it was like we didn't know the full in-depth story. So I really liked how they went into detail with that. Honestly, one of the things that all around, I loved this show, but I think one of the things that I kind of didn't like was, I believe that Wanda, yes, has emotional trauma, and I don't really think that she meant to keep all those people captive. I don't believe that that was her intent to go. She was just, having a nice scream. But I do think she maybe could have gotten what she wanted if she would have just put the barrier around her house, because then she could just still live with Vision and her kids. It might not have been the healthiest coping mechanism, but it was indeed a coping mechanism. So, I loved the show. That was the only thing that I didn't really like. I don't think we ever found out where that white vision went. Um, mm, that thing was creepy. Like, I don't like the way that it looked. Also, in the finale episode, everybody was so confused with the two visions conversation because they were like, well, the probability of this being probable is probably very unprobable. And everybody's just like, huh? Come again, please? I don't know what you're talking about. Like, I mildly understood it. I understood it up to a point. But yeah, those are my opinions of it. Next, Loki. Loki was a show of ups and downs. First, I am very happy that we're getting a season 2 because otherwise, if we would have just been left on that, I would have been very, very upset. So, things that I liked about Loki. Loki's my favorite character. So, obviously, I was gonna go support my boy. Um, I liked. I didn't like the TVA, but the concept of there being people that are making sure that, you know, the different universes don't basically fight each other. That was a nice concept. I liked Mobius. I I remember when I first learned Mobius. The man that plays Mobius is also Lightning McQueen's voice. I was so confused because I was like, guys, look, it's Lightning McQueen. Where? Him right there. Mobius is Lightning McQueen's voice. Listen to him, and you know he sounded almost exactly like him. I liked the story. I liked parts of the story, honestly, because there was like going into things that I didn't really like about it. There was a woman on my TikTok who was talking about things that she didn't like about it, like how they took a show that, you know, was marketed as, you know, our Loki, the Loki that we've known, and basically made it all about Sylvie. I don't like Sylvie as a character. It's not even about, oh, Loki and Sylvie kiss. It was not even about all that. It's just she seemed, I didn't like how she acted. Like, she basically was the female version of Loki, yes. But it's like, they didn't really need, in my opinion, to fall in love. There was no reason for them to fall in love. So I just didn't really understand that. Also, I didn't like how they basically took it from Loki himself, like our Loki. I don't like how they took it from him and basically made the story about her, like him falling in love with her. I didn't like that. I thought that it was going to be different. And it disturbed me how, even though I didn't like Sylvie, I don't like the way that they treated her because she's only like this because they kidnapped her from a young age to like terminate her timeline. Even though it was she basically got reset for existing. I didn't really like that. I did like the funny moments, like alligator Loki eating President Loki's hand. That was funny. The whole Loki fight, like with all of them fighting each other, that was funny. I really liked the black woman that played the guard. She did her role very, very well. Like, honestly, one of the best actors from that show. I would honestly watch her act some more. I do not remember what her name is at the moment, but I honestly later will be looking to see like if she's in anything else because her acting was so good. Like it was really really good. She played her part to the T. She was serious. She was funny when she got stunned. She did it was beautiful. It was some of the best acting I've ever seen. Next, okay. I like Steven Universe. The fandom, however, is very anti black. So That's one of the things I don't like Steven Universe for off the bat. But going into the actual show, I personally like all the characters. Well, some of the characters. I don't really like Pearl that much because Pearl wasn't a bad person, but she seemed very selfish. And also, she was really rude to Amethyst all of the time. Like, in the end, she seemed like she changed and was better. But overall, I didn't like how she treated Amethyst. The other characters, they were good too. I like how Bismuth changed. She went from, like, basically wanting to murder people to, understanding, okay, we can't kill every gem in sight. Alright. I don't like any of the diamonds at all. I don't even like Pink Diamond. I don't care. Pink Diamond. Here we go. One of the things that I don't like about the show, Pink Diamond. She, as a gem person, whatever you want to call her, herself, she was a terrible person. In turn, Rose, also a terrible person. I have numerous reasons, but I'm not gonna go into it because I don't want this video to be too long. But like, she left Spinel. She left Steven with everything in the universe. She just didn't make very good and mature decisions. And it makes me upset, especially how she left the gems. And you know how I said I didn't like Pearl, but I didn't like some of the things that Rose did to her. Like, not telling, like, she didn't tell the other gems that she was really a diamond, but not telling Pearl about some things about her. I really didn't like that. I don't like Pink Diamond as a whole. I don't like any of the diamonds, but Pink Diamond, I can't stand her. Like, and even, it's just a lot. I just really don't like Pink Diamond. I like everything else in this show. Lars was a butt the entire time. He went through character development, sure, but from like season 1 to season 2, up until they got captured in, I think, season 3, he was just always a terrible person to Steven. He liked Sadie, but was too worried about what the cool kids would say, and they were cool. They were cool with Steven being weird all the time. Steven Universe, it was a very good show. It's just some of the characters got on my nerves. I loved the songs. The songs are very calming and relaxing. And like, honestly, Steven Universe background music is a very good, it's good to listen to when you're studying or reading or something. It's very nice to listen to. I also like how they dealt with real problems in the world, like specifically the mental health thing with Steven going on and having PTSD. I liked how they handled that. I honestly was scared because I thought dude was gonna try to end it, but then I realized this is a kid show. They can't do that. Hopefully, they won't do that. Yeah, I liked that about the show. But only things that I can really say I don't like about the show are some of the characters and how the fandom is anti-black. That's the only things I can really say I don't like. Next, SpongeBob, the king of cartoons, in my opinion. I love SpongeBob. I love the memes. I love the jokes. The episode. Okay, the old episodes are funny. I haven't watched too many of the newer episodes or any of the new seasons, but from what I have seen, I don't really like it. I don't like how they went against the creator, Steven Hillenburg. I don't like how they went against his wishes and made the Patrick Star show. I'm not watching that. I don't like how they did Camp Coral. He said not to do that either. I'm not gonna watch any of that. But definitely the old cartoons, the memes are so funny. And it's like you can find a SpongeBob reaction picture. You can find a meme, a screenshot for every type of situation. There is a thread, I don't know if it's still up, but it was a video on TikTok where they showed a thread of them singing, of these people on Twitter singing the Future song, but this Future song, but the thread had different pictures of SpongeBob. I loved it. Honestly, one of the best things I have ever seen off of Twitter. Love it. There's not much that I can say that I don't like about SpongeBob. I don't like the newer seasons and how they did Stephen Hillenburg, definitely. But the show itself, the characters, I don't really have a problem with any of them. Like, yeah, Squidward can be a little bit of a butt sometimes, just like Plankton. But honestly, I relate to them sometimes. Just like want to be left alone, or just want to have happiness. I can relate, and then I can also relate to SpongeBob just wanting to be stupid. Recently I have a slight mini obsession with singing the Krusty Krab pizza song. I did it earlier. We have pizza today, so I got the box and I was singing. Krusty Krab pizza is the pizza for you and me. Anyway, on to the next show. Gravity Falls. Now, Gravity Falls, I would have to say that has to be my favorite show of all time, honestly, because there was so much good in that show. Like, it had a compelling storyline. The characters were funny. The jokes were funny. The episodes themselves were funny. I liked how they animated the weirdness or the monsters that they faced. Waddles is adorable. Just overall, I really like Gravity Falls. I would honestly go back and watch it again. I might watch it later, honestly. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm probably going to end up watching it again. But it's such a good show, and there's not much that I can say is bad. Because it's a really funny story. The characters are good. It was just an amazing show, and being able to, I guess, kind of watch and solve the mysteries with Mabel and Dipper in some episodes was good. I think the only thing I really don't like about it is how we never got to go back for next summer. I actually recently learned that they had an entire Bill Cipher treasure hunt. I would have loved to take part in that. All I gotta say is, to the people that shook Bill's hands, I hope that y'all are okay. Because you know how Bill is. He'll take you over and kill you. There's not much I think my favorite episode is the boy group episode when they were like clones. That was a good episode too. It's like they took the stereotype of that and made it into actual mystery. What was their name? Something times. 7 times? 17 times? Several times. Yeah, several times. Yeah, Gravity Falls, overall, great show. I like it. Next, Outer Banks. So I actually didn't know about the show until season 2 came out, because I went to my cousin for her to braid my hair, and she asked me hey, have you heard of this show called Outer Banks? It's really good. These kids are looking for treasure. And I was like, no, let's watch it. And I watched the first 3 episodes, immediately got hooked. This show has so many plot twists in it that I just wasn't expecting. I think I'm on the 1st or 2nd episode of season 2 now. I've just finished season 1. But the amount of twists and turns in this show. You've got Sarah's dad killing John B's dad. Side note, John B is a fine young man. I think in the show he's like 17. I can't remember how old the actor is. I think the actor's like 22. But the actor that plays him is a fine young male. Oh my god. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the hair, the freckles, the jawline. But he is so good looking for no reason. Ain't got no business looking that good. Um, mm, we're gonna move. I'm gonna move because oh my god, that man is so good looking, and the way that he is done in this show, they do that man dirty. Like, for those of you that haven't seen it, Outer Banks is basically these four kids going after gold that was being searched for by the main character's dad. And up until like kind of just a summary of all the plot twists. The main character falls in love with this girl, and turns out that her dad killed his dad. One of the other characters gets abused by his dad. It's honestly very sad because you can see at different points how he's just like he's close to ending it, or is like he can't take this anymore, and it's very sad. um Another character, he is basically the nerd of the group. I kind of don't like his dad because his dad puts so much pressure on him, even though he's like 16, 17, so like my age. I don't like how much pressure his dad puts on him, and then gets upset when his son is just like, yeah, no, I don't think I can do this anymore. I'm in a slight panic. No. And then there's a girl. She, I kind of don't like her because it's like she's one of the richer people on the island. Like her family has money, but I don't like certain things that she does. Like she and Sarah, the girlfriend of the main character, she and her weren't friends, and like for most of season 1, she's basically like, oh, she's a snake, she's a witch, don't trust her, she'll stab you in the back. Come to find out that the issue why they're not friends anymore is because she didn't get invited to her birthday party, and so she called the cops, and everybody like not really made fun of her, but then nobody liked her after that. Like, you're calling her a witch and a snake because she didn't invite you to her birthday party. I also don't like how she she complains about things. Like, she doesn't like how her mom acts. But her mom, at least from what we know so far, her mom, I'm so sorry. Her mom, from what we know, is just like one of those moms that's trying to help her child. Like, maybe she has done some things behind the scenes that we don't know of, but overall, her mom seems like a nice person. Compared to, JJ's parent, she seems like a goddess, honestly. So I kind of don't like her. I don't like Sarah, but I think that's more of, all right, I don't want to make anybody mad, especially because I only have like 5 followers or subscribers, but like, I don't really like white people that much. Like, some of y'all are cool. Like Dolly Parton, she's cool. Adele, she's cool too. But like, majority of palm coloreds, I don't really like y'all that much. So I think that has something to do with. Also, she's dating John B, and like, mm, John B is a fine man. That's supposed to be me. That's supposed to be me. Anyway, so long story short, Sarah and John B run away because he gets framed for murder. So they like run away. And it's presumed that they're dead, but they're actually they're okay. They're fine. Otherwise we wouldn't have season 2 of this show. But like the amount of twists and turns and plot twists and different things going on, I love the show. There's not much that I don't like about it. Like, there's a lot of characters that I don't like for good reason. Like Sarah's dad, murderer. I don't like Sarah's brother, also a murderer. I don't like Sarah's ex because he's a misogynist. He is so, like, example, she didn't want to get nasty with him, and he got mad and yelled at her and everything. And, like, I don't like her, but he didn't have to do all that. Like, what he did, it's like, okay, she didn't want to do the do. You have to understand that people need time. And it makes me so mad because a lot of people in real life are like this, and it's just disgusting. Anyway, moving on to the next show. What If? What If is the new Marvel show that they made that's like different storylines. So like the first episode is what if Peggy Carter became Captain America? And they have I think 8 or 9 episodes. I love how they went and explored the different storylines. A lot of the stories do have really dark endings. Like the zombie episode. The zombie episode is actually my favorite one. The zombie one is T'Challa, Spider-Man, and I can't remember what his name is, but the dude, the Ant-Man. Yeah, Ant-Man. And Ant-Man's head in a jar. They're the last, or presumably, the last survivors on Earth, and they gotta get to Wakanda so that they can, like, cure the world. And the end of the episode ends with, like, zombie Thanos snapping, most likely dusting them, because they were ones to get dusted, during the actual movies. There's another one where Strange basically causes the collapse of the universe because he wants his girlfriend back. Like, there's a lot of dark endings in the show, but overall, the way that they carry out the show and the different storylines is very good. I really like the finale, where it's basically like Vision, but with all of the Infinity Stones. I like the way that they brought all of the main characters from the different episodes all into one to fight against him. And I don't really like how the Watcher, like, obviously he's not supposed to do anything, but the fate of the multiverse is in your hands. The everything is going to be destroyed, and you're just like, I can't say anything. It is against my sacred oath. Break the oath. People are gonna die. Oh my god. Like, obviously in the end, they are victorious. They win. Well, they trap Killmonger and Vision in a bubble because they're basically both fighting for the stones, even though they're supposed to crush the stones. Even though they came out victorious, I still think, like, he probably could have stopped this somehow. He could have interfered with this, with the outcome in some form, but, it's okay. They still won, people still saved. Moving on. Empire. Apparently some people don't think that Empire is a good show. I personally liked it. There's a lot of death. Not particularly gory deaths, but a lot of death in this show. Um, like it's like don't get attached to like a new character gets brought in. Most likely they're gonna die or something bad's gonna happen to them. Um, they couldn't really give the show the proper ending because of COVID, so they never got back to finish shooting, so they had to kind of speed it up. So I don't really like how the ending turned out. There was a lot of questions left, but the music, some characters were okay. I'm gonna say that. I feel bad for Andre because Andre actually has a mental illness. He has that thing where you have like two personalities, I believe. I cannot remember. But yeah, he has that. Hakim's not a bad person, but I don't particularly like him. I also don't like Lucius. Lucius is a character. It's like he will make a great decision with fantastic outcomes and somehow still manage to mess things up. And his relationship with Cookie is like, oh, we're together. And now we're not. But we're back together. Not anymore though. Oh yeah, here we are. Oh, we're good. We're done for good. I don't particularly like Lucius. There's not really much that I can say about the show because I finished it at the beginning of quarantine. We've been in quarantine for a year and I believe a half, almost 2 years. I cannot remember what all happened. I remember the important details though. But yeah, overall show good. Characters, eh. Ending, mm-mm. I wish they could go back and reshoot it. Hopefully they can one day. Or like release how the ending was supposed to be. Because I really don't like the ending. Next, BTS Run. I have been trying to get back to watching Run. Like trying to catch back up. But I don't have time. Also, my attention span is kind of low. Like now, I am struggling to finish this video. This video's probably got a whole bunch of pauses and ums. But yeah, Room BTS, it's funny. It is very funny. Especially seeing them argue over like a food coupon. Like, oh, whoever completes this will get a box of Cheez-Its. Oh my god! And they start betraying each other and taking the game so seriously. Like, y'all, you could go buy a lifetime supply. You could go and buy the factory if you wanted to. Why are you getting so worked up? And it's cute, it's funny. There are moments when they get a little bit too into it and look like they're really about to start fighting each other. Like, there was one episode where Taehyung, Yoongi, and I think Jimin were the spies, and they basically did something to make it look like it was either Namjoon or Jin. The way Namjoon was yelling at Jin, like, no, listen to me, this is this, and this is that, so you have to be the imposter. It was funny. And the last one, because I had to do 10, this isn't a show, it is more of a YouTube compilation. But I like watching Markiplier play Five Nights at Freddy's because Five Nights at Freddy's is my favorite game. And him playing it is very funny. Especially playing FNAF, I think 4 was funny because it's like the first night. He's there and he's like, oh yeah, The first night's usually not so bad. Jump scare. It's funny. So watching him play FNAF is actually watching Mark play anything is funny. He's one of my favorite YouTubers. Um, Mark, if you're seeing this, I love you. You're great. You're a great person, honestly. Like truly a good person. But yeah, watching him play FNAF is very entertaining. I can't wait for him to hopefully play Security Breach because it's supposed to come out in December now. So Mark, get ready. Um, I really want you to play that game. If you can't play anything else, either play that or play the next chapter of Poppy when it comes out. And they're like, it's supposed to come out beginning of 2022. So, I hope that he either plays that or FNAF some more. But yeah, watching him play FNAF is good. I don't really have anything bad to say about it because it's like there's nothing bad. Like nothing. I can't really think of anything at all to say that's bad because his playthrough is funny, his reactions are funny, the game itself is good. The creator of the games isn't that great. But, you know, I digress. I'm not getting into that today. I don't feel like it. I am kind of tired. So that concludes my list of my top 10 favorite TV shows, even though I barely watch TV. If you did like this video, I suggest you like the video, subscribe. You can comment down below some of your opinions on these shows or some of your favorite shows. Follow me on TikTok, on Twitter, like I said earlier. Go watch some of my other videos, support the channel, and just overall, have a great day. Drink some water, please. Go listen to me and my friend's podcast called Black Vibes Only. We are closing out our season 1. And this season was basically us talking about different issues and giving our opinions on things that we felt needed to be heard, needed to be listened to. It's available on Spotify and on YouTube and anywhere else that you get a podcast. The name is Black Vibes Only. I will link it in the description. And yeah, just have a great day. Mark, I'm not stealing this. This is the one-time thing. But I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye. Bye.